What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Wait, What Are We Talking About podcast, episode 46. My name is Brett, aka Enigma9011, and today I am joined by Akuario Beatbox, the OG homie from the stream way back when. How you doing, Akuario?
I'm chilling right now.
Nice. Well, I appreciate you being on the show. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Remember, guys, you can catch this podcast live every first and third Saturday of the month at 8 p.m. Eastern or 9 p.m. Eastern, like today, over here on twitch.tv/Enigma9011. If you can't catch it live, that's A-OK. You can go over the following week over on youtube.com, search Enigma9011, where it's broken out topic by topic, or put as one big video for your amusement. If you guys ever have a topic for us that you'd like to discuss, remember you can always put it down in the comment section down below, or you can join us on Discord, and we have a specific tab over there that you can leave your topics as well. And then last thing but not least, remember we're brought to you guys by the merch store. You can get all of your Enigma 911 swag over there, t-shirts, backpacks, cups, and more, so you can help rep the brand, support us. That would be greatly appreciated. So, Akuario, this is your first time on the podcast.
Yes, it is.
And you've been watching the stream, like I said, since way back when.
Maybe 2012, 13 maybe?
Oh, I don't know about that. We're not that old.
No. Wait, hold on. No, yeah, I'm lying too. It's probably like 2015, 16 maybe.
Yeah, that sounds more accurate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was...
I was like, wait, no.
Gate 3? No, you popped in quick for like a Marvel stream that I was just doing randomly.
Because
Yep.
I was doing research on the game.
Yeah, I remember that. And you're like, oh, what's this, and telling me things. I'm like, oh, okay, and then whoosh, and then you just stuck around, and yeah, I became one of the homies, the OGs, and I appreciate that. So I appreciate you being on the podcast today, and I'm glad to get you on finally. So we're going to talk about a few different things. So I guess kicking off with my topic, my thing is obviously, like I just said, you popped in during Marvel. You're big into fighting games. What first, I guess, would you say got you into fighting games? Like how'd that capture your attention?
Yeah, so it all started when like we back in Mexico, we got like our first gaming console.
Okay.
And my brother's a huge soccer fan, so we had like a lot of soccer games.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like 6 or 7 at the time, so like I really sucked at them. And I was like, yeah, this is not fun, like losing by like 20 goals or something. I'm like, this is not fun.
Yeah.
So you know how like here we have arcade machines, same thing over there, or like arcade places.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing over there. And I don't know, like I just started playing fighting games, and I thought they were like unique to themselves. It's like way different than like a soccer game or like sports game, or like an adventure game. So that really captured my attention. It all started there. Like the very first game that I ever played was called the King of Fighters 2002.
Okay.
And yeah, and since then, like I always liked fighting games. And,
Nice.
Yeah.
So King of Fighters. All right. What would you who'd you rock in King of Fighters 2002?
I would rock what's his name? Oh, this has been so long. Is Yori, what's the other dude? The chick with the lightning power,
Oh, yeah.
The-
I know who you're talking about. I forgot her name
Yeah.
too, but yeah.
the tall dude out of those three. So I would use him, Yori, and then I would pick I would like just pick random.
Okay.
Because I wasn't, yeah. Those were like the only two characters I really liked from that game.
All right. So from King of Fighters, obviously you tried more and more. Which ones would you say you kind of gravitate towards the most? I know you're big into Smash Bros. Are there any other ones that like you really are invested in, I guess would be the right terminology?
Yeah, I think any fighting game that's unique to themselves. So for example, Smash is very different compared to like a Street Fighter or to a Tekken. Like Tekken's also, I also really like it because it's like a 3D fighter. So like there's things you can like evade by just like moving like to the side, and then there's like wall combos or like rage drives. So I would say like the three main would be Smash, Street Fighter, and like Tekken that like I play the most.
Okay, nice. Now I know this has changed over the years, at least since we've been talking. Smash Bros. You can either, if you want to go through all the games and list your mains, but like who do you go with for Smash?
Oh yeah. So Smash 64. I
Mm-hmm.
really hate it. I do not like it. I think it's literally the worst game ever
Mm-hmm.
because you get hit once and you're on hit stun for like 32 years. So you can get comboed like out of one up tilt and you
Mm-hmm.
die. And then there's also no up Bs, so it's really hard to recover.
Yes. Yeah.
But in that game, I played Yoshi
Okay.
because Yoshi's pretty good in that game.
Mm-hmm.
And then Melee, I've only played like 4 to 5 times. I
Wow. Okay.
never really got into it that much
Mm-hmm.
because it's like a lot of things you have to remember. Like L canceling, wave landing, wave dash, and all that stuff. And at the time, like when I first started playing, like I wasn't really into it. It was just more for fun.
Mm-hmm.
And in that game, I guess this is where I had that what would you call it, like that gravitation towards like good characters
Yeah.
because I play Marth,
Mm.
and like we know now that Marth is like top 4, top 5 in that
Right.
game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then I started playing Brawl when like 2 years after it came out, and then I'm like, this little dude with the sword looks like a toothpick, Meta Knight.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna play him, and turns out he's like the most broken character ever. And but I mean, I just like always really liked the way like his mechanic and just the character in general.
Yeah.
And then Smash 4 came out. I started taking it like more seriously at the time, and I saw Meta Knight, and I'm like, okay, let's try him. And then he wasn't as good,
Mm-hmm.
but later, like 5 6 months into the game, that we realized that you can do a ladder combo and kill everybody like at 20 30%.
Yeah, I remember
So I
that.
was like, yeah, he's still pretty good. It's time. So I
Uh-huh.
picked him up, and then I saw Zero, a guy from Chile, like
Okay.
who was like the best player in Smash 4.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't play no more. He retired.
Okay.
But he started playing with Diddy Kong, and I'm like, I actually like his playstyle just because you get to throw a banana, really good projectile. His moves are really fast, recovery is really good, and you can like do a lot of mix-ups and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it reminded me of other fighting games, like Marvel, where you have your assist, and you could do like unblockable setups. And I was like, you can treat the bananas that.
Okay.
Yeah. And then in this game, I started playing Wolf. Well, I actually started with PT, with Pokemon Trainer,
Mm-hmm.
and she's really good. It's just there's 72 characters, and then Pokemon Trainer is 3 in 1.
Right.
So you have to remember 72 times 3 because that's like all the different matchups. And
Right.
it was a little hard for me at first, but I was like, I'm just gonna switch to another character. So I started playing Wolf because I always like Fox,
Mm-hmm.
but in my opinion, Fox is too fast for me. So or like he's too fast of a character.
Okay.
So I started playing Wolf because I heard that he was good, and then he's really good. And then I was like, okay, this is my character, but I still have like PT, so I still play Pokemon Trainer. Because if anybody knows me, I know Rock T's in here. He knows that I love the Bulbasaur lineup,
Okay.
and like Ivysaur is in there. So I was like, I still need to play Ivysaur.
There you go. There you go. So when it comes to picking a character, what factors kind of weigh in? Because like I know for myself, it's a little bit of like how they look, and then it just kind of comes with like how easy can I pick up on what I want to do, like what combos it or whatever it is, kind of like how it flows. So what would factor into your choosing of characters, I guess?
And it's different in this game.
Mm-hmm.
In Smash 4, since that game was like full of jank,
Mm-hmm.
you would pick a character that could kill people even if they were better than you, just by their jank. So for example, Bayonetta,
Uh-huh.
she came out, she was really broken,
Yeah.
and as she got nerfed in this new game, all the Bayonetta players that were doing well back then, they all quit because
Mm.
they don't have that jank anymore.
Okay.
And so in that game, it was that like I always play Meta Knight, so I was like, this character's really is good. He's good. He has jank, and like I already know how to play him because I play Brawl, so might as well stick with him. And then yeah, so that was in that game, and then in this game, this game is a lot different than Smash 4.
Mm-hmm.
So like you actually have to play a lot of neutral more. So in this game, what I first looked at, it was a character that could control neutral, or I can make my opponent do what I want.
Okay.
So that's when I started watching like videos, and I saw that Wolf with just his laser, he controls the matchup like like any stock or like any character, he controls the flow of the match.
Mm,
and that's what I like. So I can like make you do things that you might not want to, and I put you in a position where I can like kill you like at 60.
gotcha. Okay.
And then same thing with the Pokemon trainer, because Ivysaur, in my opinion, Wolf and Ivysaur have the best projectile in the game. So
Hmm.
yeah,
Okay, so it's not just like, I know some people like to look at tier lists and then they're like, oh, well, I'm gonna go this person because they're good. You maybe take that into account, but obviously what the character is able to do.
yeah, like the whole like moveset plus like I thought they were cool, so I
Hmm.
could guess yeah like character design as well.
Okay. Yeah, that was definitely a big reason why in MKX, like, I went with Devora first because she was interesting, but then I dropped her like a bag of bricks. I don't know why, I just didn't stick with her. But Melina was another one. Like, she looked cool. I thought the teeth thing, while spooky, was also a nice design. Um, but yeah, with the MK11's a little bit differently. Obviously, with Melina not being in there, I haven't had the chance to like see like, oh, she's different in this way, similar to 4 to now Ultimate and Smash. But when I was playing that, obviously with the pre-release beta, I thought Jade was cool. I just thought the bow staff techniques were neat, and I was like, okay, I wonder what I could do with that. So I've messed around with her a little bit, but one person I didn't expect to pick up, which has, I guess, quote unquote, become the main just because I've put so much time into him. He's been the majority of the playtime, has been Liu Kang. And in MKX, I had no interest in Liu Kang. I don't know why. I just was like, I don't like your look. I don't like this model design. Whatever. He annoyed me, annoyed the shit out of me with those flying kicks across the screen. And now in MK11, I'm the person doing it. But I don't know. He's just got a good flow for me. And then his strings, I feel, or at least basic strings, I feel can come easily to me, so I can mix it up like, okay, do this one, then do this one, and he's got the range and the fireballs. But range, I like just getting in there and punching people too. I'm more of close range, so characters like Aaron Black and kind of Cassie a little bit in some of her moveset just don't speak to me. But yeah, I don't know, I was really surprised that Liu Kang caught my attention in MK11. But that's interesting to see how, at least from like a competitive mindset, how you've kind of looked at things and how to pick a character and stuff like that.
Yeah, and it's also about like, to me in this game, it's about like having more fun than it was in 4.
Mm-hmm.
Because in 4, I thought it was more of a quote unquote a job
Okay.
than it was like just a game.
Uh-huh.
And now, like out of all the 72 characters, there's only 2 characters I have fun with. Like I've actually like on release date, I tried every character,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like Meta Knight. Let's go with Meta Knight and Didi because like I played them in 4,
Yep.
and then I'm like nah, they changed too much. I don't like them. They don't feel good to me no more. So and then I just kept playing, and I'm just like, yeah, I think it's gonna have to be Pokemon Trainer at first, and then I picked the Wolf after that.
Okay. Okay. So earlier you're talking about like your move sets for your characters. You talked about like up tilt and B and neutral game and stuff like that. So I know like either casual fighting game fans or non-fighting game fans, that's a lot of it's pretty much another language that, you know, we're talking with that. Um, just briefly, I guess, to kind of catch people up with that. So think of it like a sports terminology, I guess you could say. There's
Hmm.
always terms and things that refer to other things. Like obviously basketball's got their own thing, soccer's got their own thing, football's got their own thing, but they all have these little intricate details that kind of explain what's going on or what they're trying to do. It's the same thing with fighting games. There is a fighting game language, and I think that is another big variable, I guess you could say, that maybe why fighting games aren't like the biggest group. Like it's definitely a big group, but I know why it's hard to get into. Maybe that's the right way to put it. Because I remember old streams too. You were telling me how to do combos, and I'm like, I don't understand what you're saying or what to do. So for the non-fighting game fans, that's pretty much just what that means with like tilt and dash and neutral and up this, like whatever. It's just how the character moves, how the character acts, and like similar to sports or a chess game, how the pieces kind of go together in order to get what you want to come out of it. So you said when you first popped into Marvel, you're kind of studying it, and I'm sure you've studied Smash and a lot and other fighting games that you're interested into. How did you learn all the terminologies of tilt, or like how'd you learn the ins and outs of your characters and how to, I guess, benefit yourself with what they can do?
Yeah. So for example, in Marvel,
Mm-hmm.
in Ultimate Marvel versus Capcom, I wasn't like 'cause I already had like experience in Smash,
Yep.
so I was like, the terminology shouldn't be that different, but you'd be surprised, it's actually pretty different
Yep.
from fighting game to fighting game. So like you pop up, like let's say you're like a casual or whatever, or like me, even like that I don't play other fighting games,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm watching like a tournament for like Unist, the new fighting game that came out, the
Right.
new anime fighting game,
Yep.
and they're like down to age, and I'm like, okay, I can picture that in my head with like Tekken,
Mm-hmm.
but like they start saying like other moves, and I'm just like, okay, I need to learn what that means because
Yeah.
I'm lost. So for example, in Marvel, like light, medium, heavy, that's standard for most fighting games.
Yep.
So I one of the ways that I was able to learn and I was able to understand was just like watching videos,
Mm-hmm.
like more tutorials than anything. So for example, when I was playing Smash and I started like just like beginnings, like starting to get into competitive, I watched a lot of Zero, and he would use all these terms, and I'm like, I wonder what they mean. And then I met this channel who is run by this really good player from New Jersey. His name is False,
Okay.
and he makes guides on Smash and just like the terminology and explaining what it is. And that's when I started to like understand all this like all these different terms and how I could use it to like just search that up if
Mm-hmm.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
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 So for example, neutral, it's like the interaction between the opponent and yourself and what you do, before like engaging in the fight.
Mm-hmm.
So and then I was like, oh, okay, like that makes sense. Like, running around, jumping, throwing if you have a projectile or shielding, or trying to grab and stuff like that. So yeah, it was just more of like watching videos in tournaments and listening to the commentators and me applying it to my own gameplay.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I can definitely relate to that because I remember back to MKX. This was another one that was like MKX was like I started getting serious. No, I was just trying to learn more and more. So when I revisited Marvel 3, um, like paying attention to those things, like you said, because other than that, it was, yeah, I'm just going to hit these buttons and hopefully it looks cool and I win. But yeah, I've been slowly kind of picking up on things, but I can relate with the video, like watching something and picking up on it. Because with MKX, I did that with Molina. Saw Unruly, Kenny. He was a Molina main, and just watching what he did in his combo strings, I was like, oh, let's try it. No. Oh, dropped it. No. Okay, he's doing that. Oh, okay. And then slowly picking it up. And then just by watching Maximilian and just over and over again, like obviously he's very knowledgeable in fighting games and across the board, but listening to how he talks, like meaties, mid, this, that, neutral, blah, blah, like, okay, like I might not understand it 100% every time, but I'm slowly like picking up on, oh, this means this, or these things are important to, watch out for, or whatever it is. So, okay. Yeah, so pretty much just, like you said, watching videos, it seems to help in a way. Just like how everybody learns differently. Like some people need to just tactile do it over and over again and it'll make sense, while others are visual and audio and all that yada yada learning stuff. So
Yeah.
okay, that's interesting to hear, because I remember once again us talking numerous times over fighting games how you were just working combos over and over again, like trying to figure out like what would work for your characters in Marvel, or whatever game you were playing. And I know that would work for you sometimes too. But cool, good to hear the videos work for you. For anybody who wants to kind of learn more about it, it's the same thing with Overwatch too. With Overwatch League, like you said, the commentators in fighting games kind of explain things or say what's going on. That's how I feel in Overwatch League, even though I'm kind of like half paying attention, having it on the side, but understanding like slowly more meta of that game and what to look out for or what to focus on for, or what the teams are focusing on. It's just another layer of like how you can learn about the game to enjoy it, and it's neat. Let's see. So, I guess only. Okay, I got it. So I noticed on Twitter you talk a lot about like people getting into fighting games, and sometimes how it can be tough, like new people, how they complain about stuff. What would you recommend to somebody playing a fighting game so maybe they don't get frustrated and leave, or like how could they get better, I guess?
Yeah, I get this question a lot too. Like here in my university, when I go to like my friends' apartments and stuff like that, they ask me, "Yo, how did you get so good? How do you know when to do this and that?" Like it just seems like you're like way, like above our level or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think the best way to think about it is that you're not born taught to do something. It's like, when you're trying to learn how to ride a bike, you're not gonna do like as you pick up the bike. Like, it's gonna take time,
Right.
and that's like with everything. And like going back to what you said a few minutes ago, that like all the terminology with the just with fighting games, or like just fighting games in general.
Mm-hmm.
I think I got to this level. Like I don't want to say like I'm like super good,
Mm-hmm.
but I think I'm a mid-level player. Um, it's because I really like to play chess.
Mm-hmm.
And in fighting games, it's about chess. For example, in Smash, you grab. How do you counter a grab? Well, you just jab, so they don't grab you.
Mm-hmm.
Or how do you counter a jab? You just shield. So like in my head, it's a lot of like rock paper scissors, and just in like in chess, like, okay, my opponent just grabbed the ledge. Like, is he gonna jump? Is he gonna roll? If he's gonna stand? And then, like, for example, you have a character with a projectile. Let's use Diddy with his banana.
Mm-hmm.
I can put the banana right on, like, at the edge of the stage, and it's gonna catch if he gets up regular, and it's gonna hit him if he tries to jump. So I already covered two options. So it's like thinking ahead of what like the other person might do.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess my best advice to give to people that are getting into fighting games would be to don't give up. Everything in life is not easy. Everything is hard. Try to look up just like videos in general, or like just watch other people that are better than you play. And if you have the time, or you have like the resources to record your matches in
Mm-hmm.
whatever game you're playing, watch them and ask yourself, why am I getting hit? Why was I put in this position? Why is my opponent getting hit? Why did why did I drop this? Why was it that he did this instead of that? And just like being like just going back and forth between your mentality and what your opponent might be thinking really helps out a lot. And just also asking people like, yo, can you review this set, or can you, watch me play and tell me what I'm doing wrong?
Right.
And yeah, just like finding people with your own interest, and it's not only fun, but it's also a really good experience, and you can just get better
Yeah.
just by
Yeah.
doing that. Yeah.
I 100% agree. Yeah, being patient. I know I've gone online a few times. Like, I realize I'll do better if I'm more patient with myself and watching what the opponent is doing, and either reacting to it or just noticing patterns. Like, oh, this person likes to do this a lot, so watch out for that. If he does this, then you know that's coming up, and then you can capitalize it and punish it. And then I agree also with your point heavily of like find other people that like doing what you like doing, because that's how you get better. I mean, whenever I've played fighting games with somebody in the same room, even if it's their first time playing it, like you give them a little while. Like I'm going to use my cousin TJ in North Carolina as a big example. There was one summer I brought my PS4 down there, and we played, I think it was Dragon Ball Fighters. So Dragon Ball Fighters, it was his first time playing that, and like after a while, like he was picking up on things, but like the matches would go, like it could go either way between him and I, and it was the same with MKX because he bought that on a whim when I was down there visiting at one point. But having that person who, not necessarily like you guys want to go to the top and go to Evo and go to compete or whatever, but just having somebody who's genuinely having a good time with it and wants to play, sometimes that can be the best. You push each other to get better and better. And even online too. Obviously, you have the capabilities of that. Akuario and I have done that numerous times with Smash. I mean, did I get frustrated after a while? Yeah, because I sucked. But there was a couple times with Cloud. There were some close calls. But you find those people. You patient with yourself, and yeah, whether it's fighting games or anything in general, like Akuario said, you can do it. Just got to keep pushing. That's all. All right, I think that wraps up my topic. So, Akuario, what is your topic for today?
So my topic for today is just how fighting game developers are just like their nerfing or like their balancing system,
Okay.
and how it's pushing players away.
Mm.
Not in the sense that it might be for the fact that what they think is a good change
Mm-hmm.
might actually be a really bad change, and it's just happening a lot in right now in Smash Ultimate.
Okay. So what are they changing exactly? I guess because I don't know. As someone who's not super into Smash, I guess I don't notice these things. But like, what's going on? What are they tweaking?
Yeah. So if you remember in Smash 4 when we played online, it would like stutter with lag a little
Oh
bit,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
nothing too bad,
Right.
but they had the right idea of putting buffer lag into the game online.
Okay.
So not only is it already laggy, but you have to like input your move a little bit beforehand.
Yeah.
So I think that's a really bad way to do the like just do that, because a lot of people that don't have money to go to tournaments or like play with like offline with their friends and stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
and they depend online, and then when they do have the money or they find people to like go play, it's a whole different experience. Like you're
Yeah.
not ready. You're like, oh, why is my stuff whiffing? Why is it not? Why is this combo not hitting when
Mm-hmm.
it's supposed to hit? So I think that, and also the way they're I'm actually really disappointed in like right now in Smash, because I don't know if a lot of really good professional players from Japan actually help make the game,
Oh, okay.
and but they're not allowed to play in tournaments. So that's the catch.
Okay. I mean,
So yeah, it makes sense.
yeah.
So they made the game, but it seems like they don't know like what they were doing, if that makes sense.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Because for example, I'm gonna use a really good example. There's 15 to like 25 characters that are really good,
Mm-hmm.
and then the rest of the cast is just bad.
Okay.
Like it's like not fair. Like at least in Smash 4, like you would argue that okay, these are like the best five, but everybody after that's kind of like,
All
they're
right.
okay, they're similar, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
like they could beat each other, but in this game it's like really hard.
Mm.
But yeah, like also the way they're nerfing and buffing, it's like really micro. So for example, for Wolf, like back before there was any patch, down smash could kill you like almost at the ledge of the stage, like at 35 or 40,
Okay.
and that's broken. Like even I agree with that. Like that's really broken.
Mm-hmm.
And now they, after like three patches, they've only nerfed it by 6%.
Okay.
And you're thinking, okay, that's kind of good, like maybe,
Mm-hmm.
but he has a blaster, and like a blaster does like 10%, so you really only have to hit one blaster, and then you go back and kill them like at 45 or 50.
Right.
Yeah, and then for example, this is what like where a lot of like my frustration and even my crew. So in my crew right now, there's like 45 members maybe,
Damn. Okay.
and out of those 45, already 10 of us already like quit. Like we don't play the game as much as we do. We
Okay.
just kind of play if we need to play,
Yep.
because we don't really have fun anymore. There's this character Olimar. I'm pretty sure a lot of people know who
Yep.
Olimar is. Well, in Smash 4 he was pretty good,
Mm-hmm.
but in this game they made him like 10 times better, because they actually gave him a regular grab
Okay.
with his Pinkman, so now it goes even farther than before,
Mm-hmm.
and he would be able to spam your shield with smash attacks, and they will be safe.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where a lot of people complain, where he will be able to do up smash on your shield, and you can't do anything about it. He will up smash again until it hits, and then he'll get another up smash into like two uppers, and you're like at 60. And then you're
Yikes.
like, well, where does the counterplay come in? Like it's not fair.
Yeah.
Like might as well pick Olimar, if you're gonna do that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like it's just like the way they're balancing the game, like it just makes no sense to me.
Mm.
Even though they have pro players that know what they're doing, or like they notice these things.
Yeah, that's I mean it's always a weird, well, I can imagine it's a tough thing to do, especially with the bigger the roster. That's just more components to kind of take into thought. I don't take into effect. I don't know. Forgetting that phrase too. Account. Take into account. I think that's the one. Yeah. So that's just a lot of pieces you have to think about. Yeah. The only example I can really think of from my knowledge is Overwatch, and I mean I don't even notice it that much. But the little tweaks in there are the only ones I'm like knowledgeable of. I know the dudes and I were casually talking about Overwatch when we are playing it, of like Mercy's alt getting changed way back when, and then same with Symmetras, and like, oh, the res shouldn't be like, if it's not going to be the alt, I think she should be able to do a little bit more here, or maybe they just buff, or not buff, but take away, maybe only revive them all to half health, or this, that, and it's an intricate game to play with these characters and how they all hopefully don't overpower one another, but I don't know. I mean, it's interesting the fact that you said like pro players are involved with that, because you think it would be better, because I don't, as far as I know, I don't think other companies do that, but I could be wrong with their games, so I don't know. It's
Yeah, I don't like. Sorry to interrupt,
you're good.
but you know what also like made me mad or like pissed me off? The
Mm-hmm.
fact that even Sakurai himself, I don't know if he tweeted or like I don't know how this like started like going around, but apparently it's true because a lot of like pro or I was gonna say Overwatch, pro Smash players are like talking about it on stream,
Mm-hmm.
and they're making their nerfs and buffs because of the online. Like they're not even looking at tournaments, you know? And it's just
Oh,
like online is way different than offline, you know, like you can get away with so much different stuff. And
right.
even plus the likes, I'm just like they buffed Ganondorf because in Smash 4 he had the worst win record. And now he's really good. But like he still has one of the worst win records, so they even like buffing him even more.
Wow.
So it's just like I
I'm
think you should like ask more pros, you know, like watch tournaments so you know like what to work on.
Yeah, it's important to take the online into account for sure, and like how obviously that audience is playing, because it's most likely a way bigger audience than your competitive scene. But like you said, it's a totally different game. You might have the lag, you might have the buffer lag, like you said. Like NetherRealm, obviously I'm going back to Mortal Kombat a lot, but they seem to have the best netcode online play, along with Killer Instinct. And I mean, Marvel had its, oh boy, issues here and there. So, like, it's important to take an effect, but you got to remember that that gameplay is affected, because not everybody can get super connections or have a wired connection, or even just the game has issues, or your servers. So it's that's very strange to me that they would only take an effect online play. Like I said, I think it's important, but you gotta definitely take an effect the just in person stuff. What's going on there? Um, so I guess building off the competitive stuff. Uh, so you compete now in Smash, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, and how long you been doing that?
So I started competing like I was taking it very serious. Like I would say my almost towards the end of my junior year in high school
Mm-hmm.
till now. So that would be what like almost 4 years now, maybe
Yeah.
roughly. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember you're always talking about it and really pushing yourself to want to do that. And I think it's, first off, I think it's amazing that you're doing that. And I'm really happy for you and proud of you that you're chasing after that. Um, with the competing, has it changed your mindset about the game at all? Or like, I don't know, what were some differences you noticed in yourself, I guess? Like starting to compete and whatnot.
So going back from Smash 4 to this game,
Mm-hmm.
um, and like I said, there's a lot of like pro players as well that talked about this.
Yep.
The fact that in Smash 4, like I said, like, a lot of characters have like jank stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and the lower skilled player would have a chance to win
Mm-hmm.
in Smash 4 because you know like that jank.
Yeah.
And the same thing in Tekken, you're like if you get a stage with like walls or like you know like the the walls are like, or like the floor breaks,
Oh yeah.
you can like extend your combo so much more. So
Hmm.
it's like there's like that little jank that could, tilt the favor to like the lower skill player.
Yep.
And in this game, it's like it's still there, but it's mostly gone. So it's more of your actual skill
Gotcha.
and just like like rock paper scissors and all that stuff. So I think with me, what changed is that I mean, I also got older, so my mentality
Hmm.
and the way I think about like just the game or like who I'm facing in general is different. And when I say like my mentality, like back in Smash 4, I went to like a few tournaments, and I would go like I would win two, lose two, and then I'm out. Like I
Hmm.
would be really mad,
Mm.
so I'm like, come on, dude, I know you're better than this. But in this game, it's like you lost. Go back, check the tapes, review the tapes, see what you did wrong, what could have you done better. Just be more patient and just polish your gameplay, and next time you'll get it. So
Hmm.
yeah, like for example, this school year I didn't go to like a lot of events. I went to four,
Okay.
and in the first one that I went, like I was a underground because like I've never been there.
Hmm.
So then they seated me like last, like I
Mm.
was like the last seat, and I'm just like I'll show you that I'm not last.
Yeah.
So then I won my first game. Then I played versus the best person in like the whole Santa Cruz County or
Okay.
where I live, and then he beat me.
Uh-huh.
So then I played two more games. Then I played the number 5 and I beat him 3-0.
Uh-huh.
And then I played the number 6 and I beat him 3-0. Then I played the number 4 and I beat him 3-0. And then I played this random dude. Well, he was random to me,
Hmm.
but as I started getting more involved, apparently he's the actual number 1 person,
Oh,
but he
okay.
doesn't he doesn't compete no more. Like he quit the game.
Hmm.
And like he beat me, but then like it goes to show like, oh, like you're not as bad. So then
Right.
the next time that I went, I ended up getting ninth at the event. I believe it was like ninth out of like 60 something people.
That's good.
Yeah. So then I went again like 2 weeks after, because like every other, it's like bi-weekly.
Hmm.
So then I went again, and then I got fifth, and I'm like, okay, like you're doing good.
Yeah.
And then I went again, but this one had like 100 entries, because like
Damn.
100 entrants, because it was like they do it like every year, so it's like a really big event.
Okay.
And I think I got like 15, but I lost to the winner of the tournament, and
Mm,
I
okay.
and I lost to the second place. I'm like, like you didn't do that bad.
Right. That feels better than just somebody else.
Yeah. And then there was one this Friday, the one I was telling you about.
Hmm.
And that one I was a little bit afraid, because it was a single elimination. So you lose once and you're out.
Yeah.
It's not like double where you have to lose twice and then you're out.
Yep.
So I played 2 games and I won. And then this one had like 40 something entrants, so it wasn't too big.
Okay.
And then I played the guy that got second place, but I feel like I could have won that match if
Hmm.
I would have gone like Pokemon Trainer, because he told me at the end, he's like, that dude you beat, the other Wolf player? I'm like, yeah. He's like, he's my roommate, so I play him all the time. I'm like, oh, so you know what Wolf does?
Uh-huh.
He's like, yeah, like I was reading like about 80% of the things you were doing.
Mm.
I'm like, yeah, I'll just get you next time. Not too bad, not too bad.
So that's
But yeah.
something I can appreciate is the feedback after. Like, okay, I know it's different. Like, okay, sometimes looking into the FGC and like online play, people are very toxic. And
Oh
I
yeah,
know like
yeah.
competition does that with everybody. Like even with the Taekwondo competitions, I've seen some people get heated, and I'm like, relax. We're just we're just here doing a thing. But I can appreciate like just the good sportsmanship and being like, good match. Oh, this was that, and that feedback that he gave you, of just like how he could read it. That's good to hear. But yeah, I'm glad the tournament went well yesterday. What place did you get overall?
I got seventh,
Okay,
and I got 2 gift cards.
nice. All right, that's something. That's awesome. Is Evo an eventual goal for you? Like real pie in the sky
uh,
idea.
yes.
Awesome.
Probably not this year because of summer school, but
Yep.
I'll definitely try to go next year.
Okay, that's
I
awesome.
actually want to test my skills against like the best players.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. Dio has been slowly getting more into the competitive scene for Street Fighter Five. So he's up in the Portland area, and he goes over to like Seattle and competes every once in a while too. So I know the grind there, because always talking with him, like you said, either win two, lost two, and then you're out. Earlier, he's had a couple of events like that, but he's just big into like getting the community, pick up what we can, learn what we can, and yeah, just push. I know Evo's a big goal for him too. I don't know if he like wants to go tip top, but I think he just wants to mainly go there for like as an experience as a competitor and see what it's like. But yeah, that's cool that you are doing that, competing. And you mentioned you had a team earlier. How did that come about?
Oh yeah, so I started I this dude followed me on Twitter,
Mm-hmm.
and I read his bio. He's like, "Oh, I'm the owner of this crew." And like I've always seen crew battles, so it's like basically like a bunch of dudes versus a bunch of other dudes.
Mm-hmm.
And it's by stocks. So in this game, in this format, is 5v5 with 3 stocks. You have 15. So let's
Mm-hmm.
say you and I play
Yep.
3-3, like we're both leads, and then you beat me, but I take 2 stocks.
Okay.
So then you're going versus some other dude, but you have to kill yourself twice. So you only have 1 stock versus him,
Yeah.
and it just goes like that, to whoever has the most stocks.
Okay.
And then I try it out. He's like, "You're really good." He's like, "But I'm capping the limit of my members, so." He's like, "I'm not gonna let you in, but like you're better than like half of them." But he's like, "But I really cannot kick them, because I already like told him, yeah, you're in."
Okay. Yeah.
So then he sent me this link to this Discord where it has like a bunch of teams, and
Oh. Okay.
it's like a league basically.
Nice.
And then I joined it, and then as soon as I joined it, I got like 3 different invites to their servers.
Cool.
And then I tried out for all 3. They're like, "Oh yeah, you're in." And then at that point, it was like, "Which one do you want to go to?" And I was like, I did like a random number generator, and I'm like, they all sounds really
I'm
cool.
LeBron James. I'll go whoever gives me the most.
Yeah, and then I just did a random number generator, and then I was like, Saver, sounds cool. They have a cool logo. Let's go.
There you go.
And then I went in, and then yeah, here's the funny story. So we had a mock crew battle, so it didn't count.
Mm-hmm.
And like I literally joined like 2 days before it, and I'm like,
Okay.
come on, like you gotta impress them, like like you need to like do well.
Mm-hmm.
And then I go in versus a PR player, and like if anybody knows what a PR player is, they're basically like players that are ranked in their city or their state, wherever they're from.
Okay.
He was like number 5, I believe.
Okay.
And the only reason why he's in that crew is because they picked him up to counter Wolf. and I got 3 stocked, and I'm just like, yeah, that's not a good impression. You have to clean it up. So then we have another crew battle, and then I take 6 stocks, and I'm like, there we go, that's more like it.
There you go.
And they're like, he's like, no, you're pretty good. And then like from there on, I just started doing it again. Like we actually have one tomorrow. We have another crew battle. So.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, we went from 150th place, I believe,
Mm-hmm.
to right now we're like 35th or 37th, one of the two.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Very nice. All right. Anything else you got for your topic that you want to talk about?
No, I think that'll be it.
Cool.
Not really.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's on to topic 3. If this is your first time watching the podcast, remember, whenever we have a guest on for the first time, I like to take them through the lightning round of questions. So just
I'm
some
scared.
some quick, easy questions. So, Akari, I'm going to ask you those. Like we talked about before, just gut reactions. If there's anything that you'd like to elaborate on or explain more for your answers, you're more than welcome to do that. But don't feel obligated. Where the hell is my question list?
The answer to the first one is 7.
7? Okay, sounds good. Seriously, where the hell is it? There it is. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
All right. Favorite color?
Pink.
Nice. Cats or dogs?
Dogs, easy.
Okay. Favorite game?
Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
Oh. Favorite movie?
John Q.
Okay. Favorite type
Or
of...
7 pounds.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's a good one. Favorite type of music?
Hip hop.
Favorite song?
Oh no. Probably, I would say "Stranger in Moscow" by Michael Jackson, and that's because I've listened to it probably. If you were to add up like the whole time,
Yeah.
it will probably be a good 7 weeks straight.
Damn. Alrighty. Let's see. What was your dream job when you were a kid?
To be a game designer, but that kind of fell off now.
It's always time. If you could have any animal to be a pet, what would it be?
Pokemon count?
Sure, you can do that.
Bulbasaur.
All right. If you could meet one celebrity, who would it be? Does not matter their level of fan or famousness.
Will Smith or Logic? Well, probably Will Smith.
Okay. Favorite season?
Winter. Free.
Favorite holiday?
Probably Christmas. I'm pretty sure that's like 95% of everybody.
Yeah, it's been a popular one. What is a skill you wish you could have?
Probably be one of those people where they see something once and they can like learn it right away,
Oh,
and then
okay.
they're like they can like master it pretty easily.
Mm-hmm. Like kind of like photographic memory?
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
Okay. All right. And then last question. What is a game you want me to play?
Bastion.
Oh, okay. That's on the list.
It's such a good game. Like the songs or like the whole music, top five. It's so good. It's like 10 out of 10, and just like the story is really well. And the narrator, he has like one of the best voices I've ever heard.
Now how long the audio is out?
It was out for like just like the ending.
Just the ending. All right. This has been the Wait What Are We Talking About podcast, episode 46. My name is Brett, aka Enigma9011, and today I was joined by Akuario. I think we caught your audio, but thank you very much for being on the show. Appreciate it. Hopefully we can have you on again real soon. Remember, guys, if you want to catch it live, you can go over to twitch.tv/Enigma9011, where you catch it every first and third Saturday of the month at 8 p.m. Eastern when we go live. If you can't catch it live, that's A-OK. You can go over to youtube.com, search Enigma9011 the following week, where it's rolled out topic by topic and put as one big video at the end of the week as well. If you guys have any topics that you'd like us to discuss, you can always throw them in the comment section down below, or you can join us down on Discord, and there is a tab there where you can put those in specifically. And then last but not least, guys, remember, guys, we are brought to you by the merch store, so you can help rep the brand and support us, get all of your Enigma 911 t-shirts, backpacks, cups, and more, and that would be greatly appreciated. Akuario, once again, thank you very much for being on the show. I do appreciate it.
Thank you for having me over, and yeah, it was cool. It was sick.
Good. I'm glad you had a good time. All right, guys, I will catch you on the next one, and we'll see you guys later. Bye.